Michaela, what was working for you in Clearwater?
Oh, I mean, coming from our first 5 games in Mexico, I think the 5th-year mindset kind of hit on me a little bit, right? Definitely allowed to be a human being, definitely allowed to have like emotions, and just talking to my coaches, and again, like, what is the stress I was putting on myself during those games, and kind of like settling back down and what like makes me me and what I can do for my teammates. So I think that kind of resulted in my at-bats in Clearwater, just super like actually breathing and doing like what I can do. So
how beneficial was being away for 2 weeks with this group, getting a feel for one another, and then on the flip side, how much are you looking forward to playing at home?
You can really test a team's chemistry being on the road, and having 2 trips like that back to back where we're playing against like really good competition. You just get a really good feel for what the team is like. On the road, we talk about road trips. We love them. I personally love them. Probably my favorite memories are like on the road. So just really, really cool to be able to play really good ball clubs early on in the year, and then just excited to be back home and play in front of our fans.
I have kind of a up-close view of the pitching staff, the depth, the experience, and what they've shown in these last 2 tournaments. Maybe how have you seen some of these ladies grow into their various roles so far?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is ever-changing, right? And we talk about like the growth of the program, the journey of Team 42 from the fall to now, and just seeing the pitchers go out there and go out there and execute their plans and their pitches. Definitely a little bit of a mindset shift. Again, like first 5 games are still kind of figuring out dynamic a little bit, but I think going into Clearwater, we came in like with a really good mindset, and like you're seeing a lot of people own their stuff early on in the year, and so it's super cool to have that like environment as a team. But again, like me working with the pitchers, like it's fun to see Jazzy go out there and do her thing. She doesn't act like a freshman. We say like the game doesn't know. So we're starting to get used to everyone's quirks. Jazzy likes to spin the ball. Like we all tell her, spin it, do it again. We're seeing AB get on the mound and really shove. Like love to see that domination right there. And Juju, like our 2, those are our 3 newest additions in the staff, and just seeing them go out there and execute. And again, like with our returning pitching staff, like understanding that our defense is making good plays, not so much that it's just the pitcher, right? It's the defense as well, and we all work in one. And so being able to sell out for your pitcher stuff, especially knowing a little bit more about our returning pitchers, and you're seeing a lot of really good plays being made because people are in the right spot. So again, super cool to see what we're going to look like still soon and playing at home. So I'm excited.
So Michaela, you had a little bit of adversity in your last game where you were down, I think it was 4-1, and you had to go out to the mound and kind of settle people down. What do you say in those moments when you're trying to, get the team back on track, and you're trying to just settle everybody down, making sure they're not too excited and hyped up?
Yeah, I think you're referring to Wichita State, right?
Yes, I think so.
Again, it's like super funny. Like if we can stick to our process and stick to like what makes us good as FSU softball, Seminoles softball, we talk about it all the time, and just connecting back to the breath, connecting back on the things that really matter, because we talk about one pitch softball, but if people are too worried about the last pitch, we're not really able to be in the present together. So again, just like relaying to everyone, like, hey, let's take a deep breath right here. Don't let the game be bigger than what it needs to be, and just connect right here. So that's why I tend to go for, sometimes it's a little bit of a laughing ordeal. Sometimes it's a little bit, how can I get my pitcher back into the right mindset? But most times it's, can we all be connected on this one pitch right here?
Time really flies. I mean, this is your 5th year here in Tallahassee. I mean, we don't see that in these days with everyone transferring and everything. You've been so long. How are you settling in with this being your team, basically? I mean, you're the captain, and you're taking that leadership role, or are you embracing it? How are you enjoying that?
We talk about leadership here. We don't really throw around the word captain a lot, because I think everyone has a role in leadership, and that's what's been really cool. Like Coach has always demonstrated that the game doesn't know. Everyone should speak up on facts of being the better team, being the better teammate, and I think that's what's been really cool as a 5th year, and understanding that, again, yes, first 5 games I might have been putting like a little pressure on myself, like I should be performing, I should be doing this, I should be doing that because I'm a 5th year, but being able to take a step back and then heading into Clearwater with a different mindset of understanding, again, like it's not me, it's a team, and understanding that too, that like the freshmen are able to speak up on things, sophomores, like the game doesn't know. And again, like the team dynamic, we talk about the synergy and the energy that we bring together. I think it's pretty, I think everyone can notice that. Like we have a lot of fun out there, and truly it's because we do have a lot of fun, so.
Kind of following up on that, we heard Coach talk about it, we heard Katie talk about it. There's a team meeting after the Oklahoma State game. You guys have rattled off 8 straight after that. Just how important was that to kind of getting that synergy that you're talking about back and having fun on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's having real talks, not sugarcoating things. Again, like this team has all talents across the board, and so how can we just make sure we're like all shifted together for the process and the journey? And yes, game 1, did we lose to OSU? They're a great ball club. I think like time and time again when we play against them, it's always been a good game. But having that conversation and seeing how many runs we put up still when we were down in those last 2 innings, understanding that this team, like there is no quit. So why are we feeling lulls in that game? And just addressing that for what it is and trying to, shift mentality into the next game. And we've been pretty good on keeping that mentality. So let's make sure we can keep what we have here protected and safe. And again, like it's the girls to my left and right.
Michaela, I wanted to ask you about, Jazzy. You already said that she doesn't play like a freshman when she's out there. I heard on the broadcast, one of the guys was saying they talked to Alameda, and she said that Jazzy isn't afraid to shake off pitches. Can you talk about her confidence in the circle this early on?
I mean, Jazzy, understanding that everyone's got a different personality, she is very much, excuse me if I'm wrong, type B is like when you're like on top of things. Or is that, that's a silly, that's type A, okay. She's very much a type A person, Steve, that's the reason why I asked things. She's very much a type A person, like will understand the type of ball player that she is, and she did that before going to college. She used to call her own pitches in high school and whatnot, so having that type of understanding about your pitches and what you're trying to do and complete out there is just like a complete different mindset. A lot of people are figuring that out their freshman year. She's already come in with the mentality of understanding who she is, so now we're trying to make sure now she's able to talk to our defense, and our defense are playing for her best pitches, and it's been really cool to see her grow and connect on the field. So again, like we can say she doesn't play like a freshman, but the game doesn't know. So I mean, I think she's just doing a really good job in her role, and we're gonna keep seeing her shine out there, and I can't wait to see her do her thing. So
right, whenever you're ready.
How much are you looking forward to finally playing at home?
I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'm excited to be home and with our fans here in Tallahassee.
How good was being away for 2 weekends with this team, though, in the sense of you guys getting to know each other and just not having any of the distractions that come with being at home?
Yeah, it was great. We definitely got a lot of bonding time together, and like definitely being in a different country helped us to like explore and just kind of have fun with one another and make it really fun. So.
How well are you seeing the ball right now?
Pretty well right now. I'm just trying to stick to my plans and just execute everything that I need to do in order to get a good swing off.
Has your approach changed at all, or just is it kind of following the plan?
It kind of just follows with the plan. Depends on what the pitcher's going to throw and what I'm sitting at the moment. So, yeah.
Katie, y'all took that rough loss to Oklahoma State to open the season, but since then we've seen you especially come alive, like the big double that you had in the one game that played the first few runs. Having an opening loss like that and then being able to bounce back in the fashion that the team has, how does that build up character for you guys?
I think it just kind of kicked into gear, like us being a little bit more competitive because we know what we're capable of, and that game didn't show it, and we were like, well, we're better than this, we know that we are, and so we kind of had a little bit of a team meeting, and then it just started to take action after that first game.
Is the confidence in the lineup contagious? I mean, you guys are all hitting extra base hits. You're sitting in the on-deck circle, seeing somebody go and get a double. How much does that just kind of help you guys at the plate as a whole team?
Yeah, I would say everybody hitting and getting hits and like QPAs and all that, like just having good at-bats really fires up the team. Like we know what each of us is trying to accomplish, and when we see each other do that, we get really excited and happy for one another, and seeing that really does just like give us confidence to go out there and execute our plans.
Did you foresee your team having this much confidence, winning by this many runs early on in the season?
I think early on in the season I knew we were going to be pretty good offensively and defensively, so I had a lot of confidence in us, for sure.
Katie, you've been here now. I think this is your third year. What's the different about this team that you've seen from previous years that you think you can go further this year?
Yeah, we're super close. Like, these girls are truly my sisters, and I would do anything for them, and I'm so happy when they succeed, and I think that's the difference is we're all close together, and like we are going towards our main goal, and all of us are pushing towards that one thing. We have all one goal for that, so.
It's a little bit tougher playing DH because, you know, usually when you're on the field, you get your rhythm and you're doing both. So you're not just concentrating just solely on hitting. It's a little bit tougher. Does it take a little bit more time to get your rhythm?
I personally like it. I think I like to sit with my at-bats a little bit, talk through it, and then come up with a game plan for next at-bat. If I didn't get the result I wanted in my first at-bat, I can kind of sit, talk with Raptor or T-Will about what the next steps are for my next at-bat, and then get in there the next time and like try and execute that plan. So I do enjoy the DH role. Yeah.
You always taking a deep breath before you step in the box. Is that a thing you've always done, or was that an element you added to your game?
Yeah, it's something I've done since my freshman year, kind of just talking about like routines and stuff and how that kind of helps me calm my heart rate down and just get ready to attack with a plan that I have for that day or that pitcher.
You guys have Texas A&M coming to town this weekend. That's going to be a huge challenge. You know, they're 10-1. What would you say is the team's game plan for taking on the Aggies?
Yeah, they're going to be a good game for us for sure. I think our game plan for right now is just to go at them and see what we can get done.
How much you enjoy playing teams of that caliber earlier in the year, kind of get a measuring stick of where you guys are at?
Yeah, I love playing teams like Texas A&M, OSU earlier in the season just to get a feel for how we're going to react first on spot rather than kind of just like, oh, here's this other team and like we're just kind of building up to it instead of smack your right on in it like where this team could go to the World Series. So it's kind of nice to get that feel of how your team can go out and just compete.